My name is Haley Halverson with Halverson Home Decor. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be discussing Flooret, which is a flooring company that we chose to use in our home. Throughout this video, I'm going to discuss what Flooret claims sets them apart from other flooring companies in the industry, and I'm going to show you how we tested those claims before choosing to put their floors in our home. I'm going to be focusing on talking about their Modin LVP collection because that's what we used in our house. But they also have Sylvan hardwood collection if you're interested in that. In this video, I'm going to show you all of the samples that I picked out and how we chose the one that we ended up going with. I will also give you an overview of the installation process and take you through our whole house, showing you all the angles of the flooring that we chose. So let's get into it. I'm going to start by showing you all of the samples that I picked out so that we can use these samples and test out their floors and test out all of the things that Flooret claims about their floors, like the durability, the waterproofness, and so on. I got two samples from the Sylvan hardwood collection. My first one was Balboa and the second one is Anza. Both of these are so beautiful and they have so many other options, so if you want to see the other hardwood options, go check it out online. But all of their hardwood floors come 7 inches wide. They're all topically waterproof, they're scratch resistant, and they have an amazing natural wood grain feel. You are going to want to make sure that your subfloor is flat. There can only be a 1/16 of an inch of imperfections and unevenness over 6 feet. So that is something that's important to note about this floor. From my research, I found that a 1/16 of an inch of unevenness over 6 feet was pretty standard, so this isn't a pro or a con, it's just how most floors are, and Flooret falls into that. Since we're using this floor in our kitchen, I really wanted something that was 100% waterproof, not just topically waterproof, although I've seen plenty of people install hardwoods in their kitchens and had no problem with it. But I wanted something that was 100% waterproof and also really, really durable because we're planning on having a family in the near future, and I've seen kids really beat up on floors, throw things, and I wanted it to be extra durable. And something about the Modin LVP collection is it has a 40 mil wear layer, which is higher than the industry standard, and it's 100% waterproof. So let's get into looking at those samples since that's what I chose, and we'll talk more about them. From the Modin collection, I got Lotto, which is a really nice light color, perfect for Scandinavian designs. I got Sutton, which is a nice medium brown color. I got Soho, which has slightly more yellow undertones. It's a nice light colored floor. Then I also got Nakan, which is more on the side of a medium brown, also erring on the side of light. You'll see these two samples are different sizes because their floors come in different sizes, which I'll talk about in a second, but there is quite a different color variation that happened with this floor. So for that reason, this was one of my top choices, but I didn't really like the lighter color in our house. I did like the darker variation, but I didn't like the light one as much. So I ended up not going with that floor, although that's a very, very popular choice. The last one is Elmstead, which is a nice medium brown, kind of taupe color. Now, the Modin collection offers several sizes. As you kind of saw here, I had 2 different sizes for the Modin collection. Now, let me tell you, they actually have 3 sizes, and here's what they are. This is the signature model, which is 9 inches wide by 72 inches long. It has a 40 mil wear layer, and it has enhanced bevels. This is the base model, which is 6 inches wide by 48 inches long. It has a 20 mil wear layer, and it has micro bevels. The third option that I don't have here is the Craftsman model, which is 3.35 inches wide by 72 inches long, and it has a 40 mil wear layer and micro bevels. Now note that not all of the styles of floors come in all of these 3 models. So if you're really fixed on a certain model and a certain width of plank or length, then you need to make sure that you're picking out the right styles when you order your samples. I want to preface this review by saying our floors have been installed and been used for 6 months now. We installed them back in December and it is now June. Now that being said, one of the pros or advantages of Flooret's flooring, specifically the Modin collection, is that it's made from a stone polymer composite core, SPC core. That means is that it doesn't expand or contract as much as most luxury vinyl plank floors do. So you know when you have a floor and it gets hot out and it starts buckling, or it gets cold and the floors shrink and then there's little gaps between the planks, their SPC core is supposed to help prevent that, and your floor won't expand or contract much. Now they still suggest that you do a 1/4 inch expansion gap, which is the industry standard, throughout your entire house, because even if their floors don't fluctuate much, your house does expand and contract with weather. So why I said that we've had these floors installed for the last 6 months, December through June, is because we installed it when it was super cold outside, and now it has warmed up, summer is here, and we have not had any problems with our floors expanding and contracting, no gaps, no buckles. It has been really great. Now I know maybe this is something that could show up with other floors after a couple years. I am not super well versed with that, but I do know I have been very happy with how our floors have turned out. A lot of people have come in and commented on the quality of the floors and how everything is staying together really nicely. So I will say that I think these floors do a pretty good job at that. Something else that I liked about the Modin collection is that because of this SPC core, they're able to offer 3/16 of an inch of unevenness over 10 feet. That's quite a lot. And now you might remember I said with the Sylvan collection, it was a 1/16 of an inch. That 1/8 of an inch matters a lot. Our subfloor was terrible. We did have to level out some spots, but having that 3/16 of an inch of wiggle room was so helpful. Another thing that I really liked is that their floors have an attached underlayment pad, which is nice because that's one less thing to buy and one less thing to install. So if you're doing the installation yourself, like we were, it's just nice to not have to worry about that. When I looked at some other flooring brands, LVP floors specifically, I found that they didn't all have the texture of real wood, didn't necessarily always look like it. And something that I really liked about Flooret's Modin collection is you can feel this, and now I know you can't feel it, but you can feel the wood grain. It's quite impressive, and it just stands to the quality of these floors. I have 2 more things that I want to say from my research about this floor. The first thing is that it has a UV protective coating on it. Now, I've only been here for 6 months, like I prefaced this review with, so I can't speak to how well it works. I am hoping to do kind of a video showing proof of that in the far future, but for now, you're just gonna have to either trust other reviewers or just trust their claim. The last thing I want to share about these floors is that they are Green Guard Gold certified, meaning they have negligible formaldehyde and VOC emissions. So they're safe for you and for your family. Plus, they're also 100% recyclable. For the floors in our house, we chose to go with Elmstead, and that's for multiple reasons. The first one being it came in the signature model, which I'll explain why that was important to me in a second. And then the second is because it matched our existing finishes. So this is the sample of the carpet we already had in our house. It works really well with this taupe flooring because this carpet has little strands of taupe in it, as well as dark gray and a light gray color. I also liked the taupe and medium brown color because I had a feeling that it would hide dirt really well, which it does.
Let's take this rain boot, get it wet and muddy, then we'll take it inside and put these prints all over the place and see, once they dry, how well can you see them or how well do they blend in with the floor? And who doesn't love watching dirt dry? Alrighty, so remember that mud print that was right here. You can kind of see it when I get up super close, but if you are standing, you literally can't see it at all.
Another reason is because Elmstead is one of their styles that has wire brushing used on it. So what that does is creates this really nice oak grain, and it also kind of helps to hide scratches pretty well with these floors. Now, I preferred the signature model for several reasons. The first is because it comes with a 40 mil wear layer. Now let me show you that up close. It is super thick. It's 20 mils thicker than the industry standard. And the amazing thing about it is that when you are looking at it top down, you can't tell that the wear layer is that thick. It doesn't look cheesy, it doesn't look cheap, and it holds up really, really well to scratches, which I'll show in a moment. The other reason why I really wanted the signature style is because of the wider planks. This is 9 inches, and an interior design tactic is when you have a smaller space, which our home is a little bit on the smaller side at 1,200 square feet, having wider planks instead of a whole bunch of small ones will create the illusion of a larger and a wider home. So I've been talking a lot about the durability of the floor, so let's put it to the test. I'm gonna go grab a fork and we're gonna scratch this thing up. I'll show you up close what it looks like before, and then I'll show you up close what it looks like after in the areas that I scratched it. So here is the flooring, nice and up close. You can kind of see the light shining on it. I'm gonna start scratching it right here. I don't really see any scratches at all. So I'm gonna put it back down on the table. I'm gonna go at it the same spot, a little bit harder, because doing it in the air, it's a little rough, right? Okay, so I'm gonna point out one of the scratches that I see, which is right there. You might be able to see it when the light kind of shines, but when you look at it straight on, you literally cannot see that scratch. Now I will go and show you the scratch that happened in our own kitchen because we were being pretty reckless. When we installed these floors, we were still in the middle of remodeling this home, reconstructing everything. And so the floors did get put to the test as far as durability goes. We were moving our stove in and out and in and out, and one day I spilled something on the floor. I went to go down on my hands and knees and clean it up, and I noticed what I thought was a little spot of dirt to scrub off, and then I realized it was a scratch. It's not that bad. You would never notice it if you were not sitting there looking right at it. That was really solidifying to me when I did that test. That almost sealed the deal. Now, I did have one other thing that was really important for me to test, and that was I wanted to see how waterproof it was. They say it's 100% waterproof, but I wanted to submerge it in water for an entire day and see what would happen. So I'm gonna show you what it looked like after I submerged it in water for an entire day. I am back from work. I left this to sit all day long in the water, and I'm not gonna lie, it looks like it has been untouched. This bottom water, this bottom padding is fine. All of this has been untouched. I mean, if we dry this off, it's like it has not even been in the water. I mean, just look at that. Wow. I hope you found my research and those tests helpful and informative. If you want to order your own samples, you can use code HaleyFlooret to get 50% off of your sample order. Samples ship free, so it's relatively inexpensive to get samples in your hands. I posted the link to their website in the caption, so go ahead and check it out. There's also so many other flooring styles than what I showed here today. So if you didn't like these, go check out one of the other ones online. And if you end up ordering samples, I would love to hear which ones you got and which one was your favorite. Next up, I'm going to share some tips and tricks that we learned from installing our floors. And I'm also gonna walk you through our house showing you all the angles of our Elmstead flooring. Please note that we are not flooring installation experts. This is our first time installing a floor like this. And so I'm just gonna share a high-level overview of what we did. If you want a really detailed installation process, there's lots of other videos out there that can walk you through it.
We went through our house with a really long level so we could see where any drops were in our subfloor that exceeded the 3/16 of an inch. We marked them out with some black spray paint so that when we came back with the concrete leveler, we would know where to put it. We did not get super fancy here. We just used a piece of wood to help us spread it out and make sure that we were filling in all the uneven dips and gaps. And here's what it looked like after it dried. We made sure that there was no lumps that would be sticking up to mess with our floors, and then we were ready to install. Some tips that we learned is that when you're setting your first row, don't measure from the wall to your first row, but rather snap a center line in the middle of the room and measure from that because your wall could be uneven. It's also helpful to have multiple boxes open at once to avoid repeating patterns. And because this wall was uneven, we didn't use the standard 1/4-inch spacers against this wall on our floor. Instead, we used these scrap pieces and screwed them into our subfloor so that we could finish installing the rest of the rows without this moving on us. And for special cuts such as around a doorway or vents, we used our jigsaw. And I know the cut isn't perfectly straight, but it will be hidden by a baseboard. The click and lock mechanism is super easy to work with. You just slide it in to your previous piece in the row, and then you lift it and slide it into the adjacent rows. And once you've got it in place, you can give it a nice tap and make sure that it locks in place in all areas adjacent to a board. Once it's all locked together, you can hit it with your hand to flatten it down. So we left enough spacing here for our end cap because our carpets are too tall to do like a T-molding transition. So we're going to do an end cap, and then we still need a little tiny piece back there. But it's looking really good. Now the moment you've all been waiting for, here is the finished product. I'm so happy with how it turned out, and I've been completely blown away with the quality and the durability of the floors over the last 6 months. I've loved picking finishes that complement our floors. It's been so fun seeing the space come together. If you're wanting to try out Flooret in your home, make sure to check out the caption where I linked their website and use code HaleyFlooret for 50% off of your sample order.
Thank you so much for joining me today. Make sure to subscribe if you found this helpful, and happy installing floors.